Hey, my name is Lex. On screen, and Natalie from Vladimir Fitness, making sure you don't fall asleep. May 21, 2026 will go down in crypto history. The Senate Banking Committee approved the Clarity Act. 16 votes yes, 12 no, 3 Democrats joined Republicans. And this is a big but the market didn't take off. Bitcoin is trading in the $74,000, $77,000 range. Ethereum is around $2,100. Why? Because the market had already priced in committee approval. The buy the rumor, sell the news effect played out. Now all attention has shifted to the full Senate. 60 votes will be needed. And the banks aren't giving up. Today, we'll break down what happened at the markup, why the market isn't rallying, which levels matter now, and what comes next. And at the end of this video, something special. I'm launching a crypto giveaway. The first word of the seed phrase is in this video. Watch until the end. On May 21st at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Chairman Tim Scott announced the vote results. 16-12. 3 Democrats voted yes, Warner, Alsobrooks, and Gallego. What does this mean? Warner has secured his position as a key negotiator on the final bill. Alsobrooks, the author of the stablecoin compromise, has cemented her status. Gallego, in exchange for his vote, secured the inclusion of provisions banning senior officials from trading crypto. What amendments were adopted? First, the Warner Anti-Money Laundering Amendment. Stricter identification requirements for DeFi protocols. Second, the Lummis Quantum Security Amendment. Voluntary adoption of NISD's post-quantum standards. Third, the Vance Miner Protection Amendment. Mining is explicitly excluded from the definition of money transmitter. The Gallego Ethics Amendment banning officials from trading crypto is not yet included but will be a subject of negotiations. Now, the main question, why is Bitcoin still below $80,000? The answer is simple. The market had already priced in committee approval 2 weeks ago when the bill text was released. The buy the rumor, sell the news effect played out. Now the market is waiting for the next catalyst, a full Senate vote, and that will require 60 votes. The path isn't over yet. Let's look at the real numbers. Bitcoin is trading in the $74,000, $77,000 range, up about 3% for the week. Modest, but steady. Ethereum is around $2,100. Altcoins are showing mixed dynamics. Trading volumes are down compared to April peaks. The market is in wait-and-see mode. For the week ending May 21st, global crypto funds attracted about $400 million less than in previous weeks. Bitcoin ETF inflows have slowed. BlackRock and Fidelity are seeing small outflows. What does this mean? Institutions aren't fleeing the market, but they're not aggressively adding positions either. They're waiting for Congress's next moves. Altcoins are showing mixed dynamics. Circle and Coinbase, which rallied on the Clarity Act news, have corrected. Circle shares are down 5% from their peaks. Cardano ADA and Suai are consolidating at key levels. Bitcoin dominance remains high, around 55%. Altcoins are waiting for their moment. Now the political roadmap. After committee approval, the bill heads to the full Senate. Their 60 votes will be needed to overcome the procedural filibuster. Next steps. June-July, reconciliation with Agriculture Committee version. July-August, full Senate vote. September, reconciliation with House version. October, presidential signature banks haven't given up and have moved the fight to the full Senate. Elizabeth Warren has joined them. Who to watch? Manchin IWV, traditionally a swing vote. Sinema IAZ independent, but often votes with Democrats. Romney UT a Republican who might oppose, and of course, Senate Majority Leader Schumer. If he whips his caucus to vote no, the bill won't reach 60 votes. Polymarket currently prices the probability of the Clarity Act passing in 2026 at 68%, slightly lower than right after the committee vote. The market is factoring in the difficulty of passing the full Senate. Banks have found new allies, regional banks. Their argument, stablecoins create risk for small business lending. The crypto industry's response, the bill already passed committee with bipartisan support. Stopping it now would ignore the will of the majority. The key factor is time. If the bill doesn't pass before November, chances drop sharply after the elections. Now, let's look at the real charts. Without inflated expectations, Bitcoin is trading in the $74,000, $77,000 range. Resistance is at $78,000, $80,000. This is a psychologically important level that Bitcoin hasn't been able to break. Support is at $72,000, $73,000. If the market receives negative news, a pullback to $70,000 is possible. Bitcoin is consolidating. The lower bound of the range is $72,000. The upper bound is $78,000. Ethereum is trading around $2,100. Resistance is at $2,200. Support is at $1,900, $2,000. The ETH or BTC ratio remains at lows. Ethereum is weaker than Bitcoin. Solana is around $140. Support is at $130. Resistance at $155. Cardano ADA is at $0.35. No strong movement. On-chain data continues to show accumulation. Exchange reserves are at 8-year lows. Whales aren't selling. MVRV shows Bitcoin is in a fair value zone. Not overbought, not oversold. Address activity is stable. New users are still entering the network, though more slowly than in April. Let's update the 3 scenarios. Scenario 1, optimistic probability. 4050 Clarity Act passes the Senate before the August recess. The bill is signed into law in September. Institutional money returns. Bitcoin breaks $80,000, tests $85,000 by year-end. Altcoins follow. Scenario 2, baseline probability. 40 the bill drags into the fall. A vote happens after the elections. Bitcoin remains in the $70,000, $80,000 range until the next catalyst appears. Scenario 3, pessimistic probability, 10-20. The banking lobby succeeds in the full Senate. The bill is frozen until 2027. The market is disappointed. Bitcoin pulls back to $65,000, $68,000. What does this mean for you? First, watch for Senate news. Any headline will move the market. Second, Bitcoin is in a range. $72,000, $78,000 is an accumulation zone. Scalping is difficult, but for long-term purchases, levels are attractive. Third, altcoins are lagging. Once Bitcoin breaks $80,000, expect capital rotation into alts. Fourth, don't make emotional decisions. The market is in wait mode. Now what I promised. I've created a non-custodial wallet. It holds tokens of prize for whoever recovers the seed phrase. The seed phrase consists of 24 words. In each upcoming video, I'll show one word overlaid on this wallet. The first word right now. You see the wallet address on screen. Write down the words. Recover the phrase. First word on screen. Next word in the next video. Let's wrap this up. Clarity Act. The Banking Committee approved it 16-12. The bill now heads to the full Senate. Next step, 60 votes. Market. Bitcoin is in the $74,000, $77,000 range. The market is waiting for the next catalyst. Fight continues. Banks aren't giving up. But time is on the bill's side. In the next video, I'll break down what's happening in the full Senate and show the second word of the seed phrase. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And remember, better to be healthy and rich than poor and sick. Peace and good luck.